Welcome to another Fierce Street review. I am solo again because it is still the same day, t-shirt and beverages and all that jazz. Um, this is another Tribeca treat. This time we're getting into No Man of God, which made its Tribeca debut on June 11th. There's gonna be some spoilers. That's what we do with the review. There's lots of spoilers, but also this one's about Ted Bundy, so you might have already Wikipedia'd a lot of it by nature. But if you want to know nothing about this particular version of this story, then I suggest you stop everything you're doing, including this video, specifically this video, and you come back after you see this movie. For the rest of you, though, let's set this up. So, to better understand the infamous serial killer's crimes, FBI investigator Bill Hagmaier sits down with Ted Bundy for multiple jailhouse interviews over 5 years. Their conversations lead to unexpected results, both philosophically and personally. Those words were trick words today because I am from Missouri. And so, nailed it. Anywho, my thoughts on this movie, I'm not going to lie. I mostly watched because I saw Elijah Wood and Luke Kirby's names when I was in another sweep for more genre stuff. And I was like, why not? It turns out I was in the right place. They give amazing performances, and I think this movie works best when it's just letting the two of them be in the same room and in the same moment. Kirby's Bundy is charming, super charming. I'm uncomfortable with how charming it is because, of course, Kirby is naturally a charismatic actor. All of us Miss Maisel fans know this. So that helps us understand why this FBI guy would be drawn to him to have this, and also have this weird internal struggle of if he should live or die when he's tasked with voting for that. Also, it helps watching the relationship grow in a weirdly intriguing way because it feels like this friendship is necessary for both of them. They're both getting something they need. It's not like a one-sided friendship. I feel like they genuinely enjoyed talking to each other and catching up with each other. And it's weird because, again, it's a real life character who's, anywho, leaving those rants for later. I couldn't help wishing this was on stage so that we could just stay with these two actors because these two actors are giving very grounded and solid performances that are very engaging. I kept getting annoyed whenever their scenes were intercut with less interesting shots of what is supposed to be helping paint pictures of what we think Bill's envisioning. Their last scene particularly tried too hard and interrupted so many really good moments they were trying to have with what was happening. I did not like their last moment together. It didn't. I don't feel like it was successful in doing what it wanted to do. I'm trying to not ruin that for people who don't want too many spoilers, but I feel like just letting them be in the moment and just talk to each other and listen to each other is much more interesting than when you're trying to manipulate the audience, especially when you have two actors who can do that. I was most invested when they were just in the room, in the scene, and that was a good time. I also really love that we don't see the execution because we know what happens. We don't need to see that, and that would have cheapened this movie in an unforgivable way. I do really enjoy that instead of the execution, we get to see Elijah Wood's character, Hagmaier. Yes, Hagmaier. Respond to what he's hearing outside of the prison. I feel like this is definitely one of those moments where it's like Elijah Wood looks 12, but he's been doing this for decades, and we need to give him more respect. He's not just your Hobbit anymore. He's not any of the 90s movies that we want to picture him in. He's a grown-ass man. He can do grown-ass man things. And so hats off. I personally am always worried about taking real-life figures like Bundy and casting attractive actors to play them because that just sends bad signals. It goes in hand with that whole Twilight argument of why are we making abusive men sexy and not giving enough conversations to that before letting younger women have those situations. I will die on that hill. However, Kirby's excellent in this role. I can't say enough good things about the acting in this movie. The acting is part of the reason why I stayed with it, even when I was annoyed, and even though I knew it wasn't going to be a 10 out of 10. Because I was here in the acting and I was caught up and what I hope are some things I talked about during award season. I just also to go back to what I was trying to say because I don't have an attention span. What I was trying to say is I don't like when we give attractive actors these roles because of that. And I also think that part of that icky factor for this particular movie is that Bundy was a monster, and a lot of women and girls went missing during his reign. And I felt like this movie treated that as background noise as it pushed us to have sympathy for the devil, who is confessing to some of his sins. And that's just very oogie. I need us to stop trying to make certain personalities sympathetic. I would like for that to stop. If we could just shut that down right now. I get that we want to like humanize the devil, but like I don't like it. It upsets me, and I have many thoughts and rants on that we will be getting into later, hopefully next season. As far as a yay or nay, I really do think that with a few minor tweaks, this would be a full on yay. Even with all my issues, I think it could be a full on yay instead of the hesitant yay I'm giving it. It's a very, if pressed, I will say it's a yay as opposed to an enthusiastic yay. This is another movie that makes me wish that we had something on our scale, and we should figure that out, like something between yay and nay, like maybe an A, or maybe that's too fonzy, and we should keep noodling. We don't know. We'll get back to you. Anywho, special thanks to our friends at Tribeca for making this review possible. Again, there are not a lot of DIY horror podcasters who are sitting at home drinking during the day, tracing through these amazing movies and having these amazing dialogues and conversations with people who've seen them, hopefully. Hit us up in the comments if you agree or if you disagree or if you just have a random thought about it. I live in our comments, so like I'll probably respond. Anywho's, stay fierce out there. That's what Trent would say if we were doing this together. We would also still be talking about our disagreements. So like, yay. Bye.